Hello dear students, very good morning. You know that we are learning the chapter control and coordination. In the previous class we have studied about how the plants will respond to the external stimuli. That is how they will respond to the direction of light and the earth. That is about geotrophism and the phototrophism we have learnt in the previous class. In today's class, you are going to study about other stimuli which is in which the plants are responding for it. Stimuli except this light and soil is water and chemicals. So that is you are going to study about hydrotrophism and chemotrophism. If hydro means water and chemo refers to chemicals. Okay, hydro means water, chemo refers to chemicals. So what would hydrotrophism and chemotrophism means? Can we think of examples of these kinds of directional growth movements? For example, you look at the picture. When you grow a plant, so if it is any water nearby it will grow downwards. Okay, in this first picture you can see. So in the second picture, if you keep any water source near these roots, so the roots will change its direction because they are going towards the water. So it is nothing but hydrotrophism. So the plant part which is hydrotrophism, it is the movement of a plant in response to the water. Here also in this picture you can see, so the roots are growing towards the water, right? So if no water source is available near the roots, the plants are growing downwards, right? But if any water source is available near to that, so it will grow towards the source of water. So this is called as hydrotrophism. This one is chemotrophism. As I already told, chemo means chemicals. Okay, one example of chemotrophism is the growth of pollen tubes. Okay, students, if you remember different parts of the flower, so petals, sepals, so male reproductive parts, these are called as stamens, and the female reproductive structures, that is gynoecium. Okay, so you know that if you take a section of a stamen, male reproductive structure, you can find small pollen grains, right? So this will go on and sits on the female reproductive structure. So if the pollen grains fall here in the stigma region of the flower, so here the pollen grain has to leave with the pollen tube to fuse with the female gamete, right? So this is a process. So how these chemicals are important in this release of pollen tube into the flower? Here we have taken a section of a female gamete, female structure, female part of the reproductive part of the flower. So this is gynoecium. Okay, this is stigma, this is style, and this is ovary. Here female gamete will be present. Okay, female ovule. So inside this, here the gamete will be produced. So if the pollen grain falls on the surface of the stigma, so here that pollen tube whole pollen cannot enter this female reproductive structure. What it will do means, so this pollen grain it forms the tube. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ pollen grain ಒಂದು tube ತರ form ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. This tube will come and fuse with the female gamete. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು it will fuse with the female gamete. So then it will become the embryo. ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ embryo ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಇದೇ ತರ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So why it is coming in this direction only? Because due to the specific chemicals which is present here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು chemicals ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So when the pollen grains comes here, the pollen tube, due to the chemicals near here, so the pollen tube shows the directional growth towards this female gamete. So this is called as chemotrophism. Now once again think about how information which is communicated in the bodies of multicellular organisms. So the movement of the sensitive plant in response to touch is very quick. You know that in case of this touch-me-not plant or Mimosa pudica, so the response is very quick. And the movement of the sunflower, okay, the movement of a sunflowers in response to day or night on the other hand, so it is quite slow. Alva, you know that these sunflowers will will face towards the light, right? But it is not very quick. So if in case, so yav kade idyo aa kadene sunflower mukha ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, but ರೀಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ touch-me-not is not like that. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಶೇಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇದು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ನ ಫೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ. ಬಟ್ sunflower directional movement, it is bit low compared to this Mimosa pudica. So growth related movement of plants will be even slower. So even in animal bodies also there are carefully controlled directions to growth. For example, our arms, right? Our arms and fingers grow in certain directions, not haphazardly. Alva nama fingers elanu onde direction alli irutte, andre not in a incorrect arrangement. So control movements can be either slow or fast. If fast responses to the stimuli are to be made, so information transfer must happen very quickly. So information, for example, you know that in this touch-me-not plant, so the information transfer must happen very quickly because it is responding very fast. So idistu bega fast agi response ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೂಡ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಿರುತ್ತೆ. So here for this, the medium of transmission must able to move rapidly. ಇಲ್ಲಿ information ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ rapid ಆಗಿ move ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. You know about electrical impulses, right? The message carriers. So these are excellent means for this transfer of information. So alva ನೀವು brain ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ nervous tissues. So from one neuron to other neuron, how these electrical impulses transfer the information. But there are limitations to use of these electrical impulses. Firstly, they will reach only those cells that are contacted by nervous tissue, not each and every cell in the animal body. Students, you should keep it in mind. So nervous tissues does not connect all over our body. Okay, it will connect to the cells which are in contact with the nervous tissues. For example, glands, muscles or any other nervous tissues. So ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆನೂ ಇದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. So only the cells which are in contact with that, so to that cell the information will be transferred. Secondly, once an electrical impulse is generated in a cell and it is transmitted, the cell will take some time to reset its mechanisms. Okay, one cell ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ರೀಸೆಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್. ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿನೇ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ it is generating and transmitting a new impulse, so it has to reset its mechanism. In other words, cells cannot continuously create and transmit the electrical impulses. It is thus no wonder that most multicellular organisms use another means of communication between cells, namely chemical communication. It is called as chemical communication. If instead of generating an electrical impulses, stimulated cell releases a chemical compounds. So this is one kind of message transfer. ಅದು ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಅದರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ದ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ವುಡ್ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್. So that the cell, if it releases the chemical compound, all these chemicals are diffused into the around the original cell. ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. If other cells around have the means to detect this compound using a special molecules on their surface, okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ they have a special molecules to so receive this information. So then they would be able to recognize the information and even transmit it. So this will be slower, of course, but it can potentially reach all the cells of the body regardless of nervous connections, and it can be done steadily and persistently. So these compounds are called as hormones. Okay, idanenantare andre so except nervous tissues, bari nervous tissue matra information transfer madalla. So there are some cells, so special cells which release some chemicals and around themselves, and it transfer the information. So these are called as these are called as hormones. So it is used by multicellular organisms for control and coordination, which show a great deal of diversity. As we would expect, different plant hormones helps to coordinate growth, development and responses to the environment. Okay, we would expect, so different plant hormones help to coordinate growth, development and responding to the environment. So they are synthesized at a place away from where they act and simply diffuses to the area of action. Okay, auxin, it is one kind of hormone which is synthesized in the tips of the plant. Okay, root tips and in the shoot tips it will be produced. Okay, the synthesis will be at the tip of the plant, but you can see here their action will be different. Okay, so adra action ellirutte antandre so at the bending parts. Okay, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಪಿಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುವಂತ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಡ್ರಿನಾಲಿನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್. ನಮಗೆ ಭಯ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಭಯ ಪಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಅಡ್ರಿನಾಲಿನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಅಡ್ರಿನಾಲಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ನಿಯರ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಭಯ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ನಡ್ಕ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ their origin of place is different and their action place is totally different. In plants also they are synthesized here, so later they will come here. Okay, these auxins help in the growth of the tips. So tips grow ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ಸೊ when it is exposed to light, so all the auxins will be diffused to this portion, and the cell elongation portion will be takes place here.